So why have we gathered here? Anybody? कुछ pains है जो जा नहीं रहा है? Anything? Some anxieties due to pain. So we want freedom from pain. Women's Day has just gone by, and I can see a lot of women around. So what are the problems that they face? Post 50 menopause होने के बाद क्या problems हम face करते हैं due to bone loss? Anybody? Lumbar pain. Amit sir says lumbar pain. Okay. Back pain. These are all troubles of the hour, I should say. 21st century people are facing all these things. Yes or no? Disc pain, fibromyalgia, big words, not known of in the century that we just went past. Our ancestors don't even know such big names, where it has come from, and we are within all these diseases. Spine stiffness, Mitali ma'am says. तो क्यों हो रहा है ये सब? We have the best of technology, we eat the best kind of food. So why is it that we are suffering from these problems? Any clue? हमारे forefathers तो ना अच्छा खाते थे, ना अच्छी हवा में जीते थे, ना अच्छा टेक्नोलॉजी था, तो फिर ये प्रॉब्लम्स क्यों हो रही है? Any clue? Anybody? Bad postures and pesticides. Okay, pesticides. What are the pesticides doing? Pesticides are giving us pain, is it? We can say the environment has become so bad. Global warming, a lot of pollution, big cars, सबके पास आज 2-4 गाड़ियां हैं. So lot of troubles. Okay. So हर चीज का कुछ ना कुछ तो हमें देना ही पड़ता है. तो जो हमारे पास सहूलियत है उसका रिटर्न में हमारे पास बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं. तो अभी हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा उस प्रॉब्लम से निकलने के लिए? What do we have to do? कुछ तो करना पड़ेगा. Yes or no? Something we have to do to get rid of the problems. Nobody is enjoying pain. Oh, सुबह उठते ही stiffness है, pain है. I'm sure nobody enjoys that. Popping a pill doesn't take us anywhere. Temporary relief hai, and big things that we have to take in after the pill has gone inside us, because we are bombarding ourselves with a lot of chemicals. Everybody knows that. पर क्या उपाय? How many of us are curious to know what can be done so to avoid medicines and still have freedom from pain? कितने लोग इस वेबिनार में उत्सुक है जानने के लिए कि क्या कर सकते हैं हम ताकि हमें पेन रिलीफ भी हो, परमानेंट रिलीफ हो, साइड इफेक्ट्स भी ना पालने पड़े और हमें पेन रिलीफ भी हो जाए, and we don't have to pop a pill. How many of us are willing to know? Okay, Prema ma'am writes I am in. सब लोग thumbs up तो दे रहे हैं, but how many of us are ready to work on ourselves? कितने लोग अपने ऊपर हार्ड वर्क करने को तैयार हैं? So the need of the hour is working hard on ourselves. Is it difficult? Yes or no? Or is it easy? क्या अपने ऊपर काम करना डिफिकल्ट है या इजी है? Anybody? कितने लोगों को लगता है डिफिकल्ट है इस चीज से बाहर निकलना और अपने ऊपर काम करना? डिफिकल्ट है. I'm suffering from osteoporosis and back pain. Okay. So most people are writing it to be difficult. Let me tell you, it's not difficult. The moment you make up your mind, everything in this world is easy. And healing is the easiest thing the moment you are determined to get out of it. Okay? So सिर्फ आपको ये ध्यान रखना है, the determination that we have to work on ourselves and I will come out of the disease. So if you give me some screen time and permission, I would like to share the screen to tell you more about Ashtang Chikitsa. कुछ पुरानी सी चिकित्सा लग रही है. तो उसके बारे में जानने के लिए, if you give me your permission, I would like to share the screen. So do I have your permission? Yes or no? Okay. So just give me 2 minutes. I will be sharing the screen. Anilji, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, Ashtang Chikitsa online therapy for Neuro Musculoskeletal problems. I think most of us are suffering from this either nerve issue or some musculoskeletal problems. So namaskar, I welcome you all to the Ashtang Chikitsa webinar. My name is Rachna Botra and I'll be your host for today's webinar. I'm a part of an organization called Avisa Healing and Fitness Private Limited. So what are we going to discuss in today's webinar? We will present to you a unique therapy for curing neuromusculoskeletal problems that you or someone in your family may be suffering from. But as I said earlier, we have not found any permanent relief despite spending a good amount of money on various treatments. So now I'd like to introduce you all to Swami Raj Vibhuji, a rare Kumbhak yogi and a human exponents expert. So Swami Raj Vibhu has been transforming lives of thousands of people who have not found any relief even after years of using allopathic medicine, not only in India, but Europe and the US as well. So he has taken people out of chronic diseases like thyroid, BP, heart, diabetes, and even life-threatening diseases like cancer. At Avisa Healing and Fitness, we are reviving Ashtang Chikitsa to address the structural issues of a human being. तो जब हम structural issues बोलते हैं, what do we really mean by structure of a human body? So one of them is the musculoskeletal system, which we are talking about right now in our webinar. So how the structure of the human body can function in its best possible way in the most optimized manner. That is what we are going to discuss in today's webinar, and we will get an insight on how to work on your musculoskeletal system to come out of your pains and stiffness. So who is this webinar for? ये webinar किसके लिए है? So people who are tired of temporary treatments. बहुत सारी treatments आज available है. आप Google करेंगे आपको 1000 चीज मिलता है. And are looking for natural and permanent solution. जो चीज natural है वो आपके body में सब कुछ positively impact करता है, which we might not understand immediately because the internal system is getting strengthened. जो weak forces आपके body में है, वो जब strengthen होता है, तभी आप pain से बाहर निकल सकते हो. So for people who want to take charge of their health in their own hands and are willing to work on themselves to come out of their health problems. So reversing neuromusculoskeletal problems with Ashtang Chikitsa, freedom from pain and medicines. So we are going to talk about the body at 8 levels. ये क्या levels or the softwares of the body which we need to make some changes through the breath holding therapy that Swami Raj Vibhuji will be explaining to you in detail. So briefly, the 8 levels of the Sharir are Srishti Sharir, Garbha Sharir, Dosha Sharir, Marma Sharir. Marma points. I think this is a common word which I think people who are into Ayurveda or have gone through these treatments have heard about it. Pramana Sharir, Sankhya Sharir, Prakriti and the Vikriti Sharir. अभी जो लास्ट दोनों शरीर है मस्कुलोस्केलेटल प्रॉब्लम्स में हम ज्यादा करके इन दोनों चीजों के बारे में स्ट्रेस करते हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि वी आर टॉकिंग ऑफ द रीजेनरेशन ऑफ सेल्स एंड द डीजेनरेशन. तो जब मस्कुलोस्केलेटल प्रॉब्लम्स होता है, डीजेनरेशन, एज आई सेड, फॉर मोस्ट वुमेन आफ्टर मेनोपॉज, पोस्ट 50, they see these pains surfacing. जो पेन आपको आज दिख रहा है, that dates back to 25-30 years, but क्योंकि आपके बॉडी में चेंजेस आया है तो ये डीजेनरेशन फैक्टर दिखाई देता है, एंड the regeneration factor is not as fast as the degeneration. So we face these pains, the imbalances that is happening. So what exactly Ashtang Chikitsa can heal? Some of the common problems, of course, we've not been able to list everything, but mostly the problems of today are the knee pain, lower back pain, hip issues, pain in the leg, drop foot, again a nervous system issue, spine related issue, slip disc. आज आप लोगों को देखेंगे 25-30 साल में भी इनको ये सब प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो गया है. सो समथिंग टू बी वरीड अबाउट फॉर द यूथ ऑफ टुडे. डिस्क बल्ज, वीक स्पाइन. अगर आपकी रीढ़ की हड्डी वीक होने लगती है, क्या आपको मालूम है, a lot of our organs are connected with the weak spine, and so you indirectly are affecting a lot of your systems. Spondylitis, frozen shoulder, drooping shoulder, tennis elbow, rheumatic arthritis, osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, dislocation, neuropathy, and the nerves issue. So let's hear from Swami Raj Vibhu without much delay about how to come out of your pains and aches. Over to Anilji to share the screen. Thank you so much. Before that, I would just like to brief you about how we are going to proceed with the webinar. आपको अभी स्वामी राज विभू जी से सुनने को मिलेगा कैसे आप अपने बीमारी से बाहर निकल सकते हो. Then we will be having the program details, and somebody from the participants group would be sharing his journey in Ashtang Chikitsa. Then Swami Raj Vibhuji himself will be coming live to answer all your queries. So it's a request, if you could please write down your problems, name and number, so that we can get back to you. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Just give me 2 seconds.
So let's start. Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. We are talking about Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. आपके शरीर में हड्डियों का, मांसपेशियों का और नसों का जो गठजोड़ होता है, they actually create every movement in your body. आपके शरीर में वही movement create करना है. So I'll take one example and let's go ahead understanding why problem happens and what is the solution. मैं एक एग्जाम्पल से शुरू करूंगा और उसको लेके हम समझेंगे. So suppose what is the most common problem at this point of time? सबसे common problem क्या है आज के समय? Knee pain. Let's take knee pain as an example and understand what we are talking about. हम बात क्या कर रहे हैं उसके बारे में knee pain से start करते हैं, right? So some person who got an injury in one of the knees will get a knee problem in that leg. है कि नहीं? अगर एक नी इंजरी किसी का हो जाता है तो वो उस घुटने में उसको परेशानी होगी. और a sports person who has somehow damaged one knee, एक अगर घुटने को किसी तरीके से एक स्पोर्ट्स के पर्सन ने, एक बंदे ने अगर डैमेज कर दिया है तो वहां पे प्रॉब्लम आएगी. बट दैट इज लोकलाइज्ड प्रॉब्लम. डज एवरीबडी हैज डैमेज देयर नीज? क्या सभी ने अपना नी डैमेज कर दिया? नो. People are still getting into problem. Then when you go to the doctor with your knee problem, जब आप एक डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं अपने घुटने की प्रॉब्लम लेके, and the most common thing that you hear is degeneration in the joint. जो सबसे कॉमन चीज है, जो सबसे पहले डॉक्टर बोलता है वो तो आपके घुटने घिस गए हैं, isn't it? Degeneration. So the next thing can be degeneration. यानी कि आपके नी घुटने में जो कार्टिलेज था वो बन नहीं रहा, वो घिस रहा है, वो प्रॉपरली बन नहीं रहा, उसको बनना भी चाहिए था, रीजनरेशन भी होना चाहिए. रीजनरेशन इज ऑल्सो अ पार्ट ऑफ दिस ह्यूमन सिस्टम, बट रीजनरेशन इज नॉट हैपनिंग प्रॉपरली, डीजनरेशन इज हैपनिंग. दूसरा कारण हो गया, नाउ सम पर्सन गोज टू अ डॉक्टर विथ अ सोलोन नी, इन्फ्लेमेशन इन द नी, लालीपना है उसके घुटने में, इन्फ्लेमेशन है, सूजन है. The doctor will still say there is a localized problem at the knee. वो कहेगा एक्सरे करा लो, वो कहेगा जाके स्कैन करा लो, सीटी स्कैन करा लो, and he would try to see the problem there itself. वहीं पे वो प्रॉब्लम ढूंढने की कोशिश करेगा और सोल्यूशन ढूंढने की कोशिश करेगा. But do you know why inflammation happen in your body? Why inflammation क्यों होता है? सूजन क्यों हो जाती है आपके जोड़ों पे? शायद आपका लिवर ठीक नहीं है. If your liver gets impacted, there will be inflammation in the body. If your digestion is not proper, there will be inflammation in the body. Third thing, if there is an increased uric acid in your body, your kidney is not functioning properly, then also there will be inflammation. So क्या इसका रीजन ढूंढा गया आपके लिए? Why this inflammation is happening? No. So even if you go for a liver test, liver will not show any sign of damage till it gets damaged to 95%. 95% जब तक लिवर का डैमेज नहीं होगा तब तक लिवर के टेस्ट में कुछ भी नहीं आने वाला. So your problem will remain undiagnosed. Usually these diagnoses are not done. तो इन्फ्लेमेशन क्यों है यहां पे आपके जॉइंट में? प्रॉब्लम क्यों? बिकॉज देयर इज अ लिवर प्रॉब्लम, बिकॉज देयर इज अ किडनी प्रॉब्लम, because there is an issue with digestion. Now Rachana ji said after menopause osteoporosis, osteoarthritis is very common. Yes. What does it mean also? आपका घुटना का दर्द क्या रीजन क्या हो सकता है? Hormone imbalance, isn't it? Another reason is hormone imbalance. हार्मोन इंबैलेंस होगा तब भी आपके घुटने में दर्द आएगा, कमर में दर्द आएगा, लोअर बैक पेन एंड योर नी पेन कैन हैपन. So what are you doing to balance your hormones? There is no way. कोई तरीका नहीं है. Now if the osteoporosis has happened, हड्डियां अगर ब्रिटल हो गई, कमजोर हो गई हैं, पोरस हो गई हैं, बहुत जल्दी टूटने की आशंका रहती है इसके अंदर. If they have become brittle by calcium, how many people have come out of osteoporosis by taking calcium? Not even a single example. एक भी एग्जाम्पल नहीं है. Rather, do you know if you take long-term calcium, the chances of breast cancer will increase by 200%. So I'm just trying to tell you, don't see problem as a localized deficiency or disalignment or some kind of a breakdown at a localized position. The discrepancy at a localized position is not the only way to look at a problem. It can happen due to many reasons. So what we are talking about is there are 8 major factors, 8 कारण हैं because of which one problem happens, जिसकी वजह से एक problem आती है. So if you really want to come out of problem, then you will have to work upon these 8 factors. 8 कारणों पे काम करना पड़ेगा. This is Ashtang Chikitsa. Now, in the last 50 years, पिछले 50 साल, 100 साल तक का आप ले जा सकते हैं. There is example for that. Nobody has come out of their issues. घुटने आज तक किसी के ठीक नहीं हुए ना. Nobody has come out of their knee problem. ज्यादा से ज्यादा, to the extreme, what the doctor will say, do a knee replacement. अपने घुटने बदलवा लीजिए. So what does it mean? It cannot be treated. According to the modern treatment, it cannot be treated. ये ठीक हो ही नहीं सकता. So I would tell you to remember your grandfather, grandmother. अपने दादा दादी नाना नानी को याद करें जरा. क्या उनको इतनी एज में प्रॉब्लम थी? Did they have problem at this age? No. So why deterioration or the problem was not happening at that time to this scale? इस scale में उस समय प्रॉब्लम हो ही नहीं रही थी. आज क्यों हो रही है? Because the system has gone weak and we are not doing anything on this human body to strengthen it. इसको मजबूत करने के लिए, strong करने के लिए हम कोई काम नहीं कर रहे. So let's start. Ashtang Chikitsa. The first thing, when I'm talking about Sharira, the word Sharira means body and mind both. जब मैं आपको बोलूंगा शरीर, तो इसका मतलब body as well as mind. Because in कुंभक पद्धति, in कुंभक कलाचार और Ayurved kalachar, in yoga kalachar, there is nothing called as mind separately. It's always sharira. Both body and mind complex is called as sharira. मैं एक एग्जांपल दूं आपको. Let's take an example. Open your mouth and try to think. अपना मुंह खोलिए और सोचने की कोशिश कीजिए. Open your mouth and try to think. Oh, it becomes difficult. 50 किताबें पढ़ लीजिए, दिमाग को रोकने का कोई तरीका नहीं मिलेगा. And just a little bit, if you know how it works, ये काम कैसे करता है, अगर ये आपको मालूम चल गया तो एकदम से पकड़ लेते हैं. You just catch it then and there. तो मुंह खोल के आप सोच नहीं पा रहे. So is your action and your mind different? Is your body and mind different? No, it is not different. ये अलग नहीं. So your body and mind complex constantly strives to live. ये आपका शरीर हमेशा एक जद्दोजहद में रहता है जिंदा रहने के. हाँ या ना? So there is something called as prakriti, new cellular formation. नए नए सेल्स और टिश्यूज आपके शरीर में बनते हैं. And there is another aspect called vikrati. Lot of cells which has aged, they die. बहुत सारे ऐसे सेल्स और टिश्यू जो आपके शरीर में काम नहीं कर पा रहे ठीक से, वो खत्म हो जाते हैं. After a certain time period, certain age, they wear off. This is wearing off is called as vikriti and production is called as prakriti. Right? ये दो चीज हमेशा चल रही है. There has to be a balance of these two things, manufacturing and release. ये दो चीजें हमेशा बैलेंस में होना चाहिए. Now, I'm giving you another example. We will take examples so that you understand what I'm saying. बहुत सारे example लेंगे समझने के लिए कि हम क्या बोल रहे हैं. ये these are things you know already, but you are not paying attention to your body. आप ये चीज जानते ही हैं मगर वहां पे ध्यान नहीं जा रहा आपका. So when there is a polluted area, you enter a polluted area. एक बहुत ही प्रदूषित जगह पे आप जाते हैं. If you watch your breath, अगर अपनी सांसों को जरा ध्यान दे सांसों पे, what happens more, inhalation or exhalation? जरा सोचिए, please think about it because your body is the primary responsibility. क्या करते हैं आप? ज्यादा इनहेल करते हैं, ज्यादा एक्सहेल करते हैं? ज्यादा सांस लेते हैं, छोड़ते हैं? ज्यादा छोड़ते हैं आप, लेना नहीं चाहते हो. Your body doesn't want to. अगर धुआं कहीं भरा है तो आप देखेंगे आपकी सांस रुक जाती है. You don't take in, you try to exhale more. If you get tired, अगर आप थक जाते हैं, what is tiredness? थकना क्या हुआ? Lot of toxins in the body, isn't it? What do? You do long exhalation. This is what you do. You do long exhalation, less inhalation. Now, for holidays, if you go to a hill station, अगर हॉलीडे के लिए आप हिल स्टेशन में गए, what happens more, inhalation or exhalation? If you observe, you inhale more. जब भी आपके शरीर में सही सिचुएशन मिलती है, if there is a right situation, your body wants to manufacture more, it inhales more. When there is a bad situation, your body wants to throw out more. आपका शरीर चीजें बाहर निकालना चाहता है, more exhalation. So how is your environment, nearby environment? आपने आसपास के वातावरण का क्या हाल किया? आपने नहीं, मैं तो कहूंगा सभी ह्यूमैनिटी. आई एम जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट ह्यूमैनिटी. आई एम जस्ट सेइंग इट इन दैट वे. हमने क्या किया वातावरण का? खराब कर दिया. डू यू थिंक योर बॉडी वांट्स टू इनहेल मोर और एक्सेल मोर? It wants to inhale less and exhale more. So is construction happening more or destruction happening more? Lot of destruction, no construction. So आपके घुटने घिसेंगे कि नहीं घिसेंगे? बन तो रहे नहीं, आपने सिचुएशन नहीं छोड़ी. What kind of food you are eating? भोजन कैसा करना चाह रहे हैं? Genetically modified food, isn't it? Your body doesn't want to take it. लेना नहीं चाहता, कभी कभी उल्टी कर देता है, बाहर निकाल देता है. Your body pukes it out also sometimes. वो बाहर निकालना चाहता है. It doesn't want to take in. So regeneration will happen more or degeneration will happen more? Degeneration will happen more. And correlated with the situation. इसीलिए आपके joints घिस रहे हैं, उनमें दर्द आ रहा है. Regeneration नहीं हो रहा, नई चीजें नहीं बन रही, घिसे जा रहे हैं. So there is an imbalance of prakriti and vikriti. इसका बैलेंस होना चाहिए था, मगर ये बैलेंस नहीं हो पा रहा है. सो ये दो का अगर आप बैलेंस नहीं बनाएंगे, देयर इज नो चांस ऑफ रिकवरी. सो व्हाट आर यू डूइंग टू क्रिएट अ बैलेंस ऑफ दीज टू थिंग्स? यू आर नॉट डूइंग एनीथिंग. तो अपना ट्रीटमेंट करेंगे नहीं तो होगा कैसे? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट वी नीड टू गेट टू, अ बैलेंस ऑफ प्रकृति एंड विकृति, अ बैलेंस ऑफ रीजनरेशन एंड डीजनरेशन, एंड देयर इज अ मेथड टू डू इट. इसका एक तरीका है करने का. अगर आप अपने आप को बचाना चाहते हैं, व्हाट डू यू डू? समबडी इज हिटिंग यू, कोई आपको मार रहा है, यू फील डैमेज ना, यू थिंक देयर विल बी अ डैमेज. व्हाट डू यू डू? क्या करते हैं आप? सांस रोक के टाइट कर लेते हैं अपने आप को. यू होल्ड योर ब्रेथ एंड टेंस योर बॉडी, इजंट इट? यस और नो? आप जानते हैं इस बात को, ऐसा नहीं है. व्हाट एवर आई एम सेइंग, यू नो इट ऑलरेडी. तो आप सांस रोक के बचाते हैं ना. अगर हॉरर मूवी देख रहे हैं, if you are watching a horror movie, there are certain scenes that you don't want to watch. देखना नहीं चाहते ना, हाथ रख लेते हैं आंखों पे. एक बच्चे को देखो, see a kid, the kid will close the eyes. So you hold your senses also to protect yourself. अपने आप को बचाने के लिए अपनी दृष्टि को, कहीं पे खराब स्मेल आया तो आप रोक लेते हैं ना सांस. You hold your breath. If there is a bad sound, you close your ears. आप नहीं सुनना चाहते इसको. You hold your senses. So holding your breath, holding your senses is called as kumbhak. इसको नाम दे रहे हैं हम. So it is not just breath hold, it is the hold of senses also. आपकी पंच तन्मात्राएं जो है, शब्द, स्पर्श, रूप, रस, गंध, all the 5 senses. You hold the senses to protect yourself. So there is a way of creating more prakriti and balance out the vikriti. You can't stop vikriti. देखिए आप degeneration stop नहीं कर सकते. This is a natural process of life. You will age, but you must age gracefully. ठीक है? तो how to balance vikriti? There is a method to balance vikriti. Ashtang Chikitsa will give you that method to enhance prakriti and balance the vikriti. So then next thing, when there is a regeneration, कोई नई चीज पैदा हो रही है, so it will expand, isn't it? वो फैलेगा. एक शिशु इतना छोटा सा पैदा होता है. There is a little infant which gets born and then the infant expands, isn't it? This expansion factor is called as samkhya. The real word for expansion is samkhya or proportionate expansion. This is called as proportionate expansion. सही तरीके से संतुलित विस्तार, इसको क्या कहेंगे? संतुलित विस्तार. सपोज योर वन हैंड बिकम्स लॉन्ग, द अदर हैंड रिमेन्स शॉर्ट. एक हाथ लंबा हो गया, एक हाथ छोटा रह गया. विल यू गेट जॉइंट प्रॉब्लम इन वन ऑफ द शोल्डर्स? आपको एक शोल्डर में जॉइंट प्रॉब्लम आएगी ना. So if you have one leg a little longer than the other leg, एक पांव ज्यादा लंबा है, दूसरा पांव थोड़ा छोटा है, so you'll get knee pain in one leg. आपके एक पांव में knee pain होगा. You'll get hip pain at one side of the hip. If your body is not aligned, the right side and the left side is not aligned, you will get a problem. Neuro Musculoskeletal problem. अगर आपकी एक muscles खिंच गए because of uneven expansion, skin ढीली हो जाती है ना, skin becomes flabby when there is an uneven expansion. You get stretch marks, isn't it? You know what is stretch mark? You get stretch mark because there is an uneven expansion. असंतुलित विस्तार अगर होता है तो भी आपकी बॉडी में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है. एट मसल्स, एट जॉइंट्स, आपकी मांसपेशियों में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है, मांसपेशियां फट सकती है, आपके जॉइंट में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है ना, वहां पे. सो डिसअलाइनमेंट, if you see at this point of time, most of the people do not even walk straight. The way we are sitting, the way we are living our life, we don't even sit straight. कितने लोग सीधा बैठते हैं? You always take a back rest, isn't it? So there is always, there will be, if you don't use your body proportionately, there will be disalignment. और आपकी joint problem disalignment की वजह से भी हो सकती है. There are three basic disalignment that happens in the body. तीन basic disalignment है. नाभि, your navel can get disaligned. We call it dharan. Your chest can get disaligned. आपकी छाती disaligned हो सकती है. That part is called as kaudi. And your legs can get disaligned. आपके जांघें disaligned हो सकती है. That is called as nale in the local terminology. Nabhi, kaudi, nale. Now, if your nabhi, if your navel get disaligned, you'll get into digestive issue, metabolic issue. आजकल diabetes बहुत हो रहा ना? आजकल diabetes बहुत हो रहा है. Do you know one of the reason of diabetes is disalignment of the navel? But nobody is correcting it. If you have asthma or allergies, respiratory disease, corona is also a respiratory thing. People's respiratory capacity is going down because of the disalignment of kaudi or the chest factor, and the disalignment of the thighs or the legs will get you into hip problem, knee problem, ankle problem, sciatica, those kind of things. So what are you doing to balance it? आप क्या कर रहे हैं इसको बैलेंस करने के लिए? तो एक काम करें, let's see how do we balance. हम बैलेंस कैसे करते हैं देखें जरा. अपने दाएं हाथ को पकड़ लें, hold your right hand over the top and try to pull it. खींचने की कोशिश करें. Just pull on the left side. बाईं तरफ खींचने की कोशिश करें. When you pull, what do? ये जोर लगाने के लिए आप क्या करते हैं? You hold your breath. Yes or no? सांस रोकी आपने? Even if you have to align yourself, what is the basic key? वो कुंजी क्या है? वो चाबी क्या है? It is kumbhak. It is holding your breath. So if you use breath hold in a particular manner, you can align the whole body. That is what we teach in Ashtang Chikitsa, how to align your body. And once your body is aligned, you will feel very light. आपको हल्का महसूस होगा. You lose excess of weight. जो भी आपके शरीर में बचाने के लिए शरीर ने कुछ भी किया है वो आपका ठीक हो जाएगा. So Sankhya Sharir, this is the second factor. Now again, if you have to align or Sankhya, if you have to correct the Sankhya, you have to use Kumbhak. Now let's go. Let's go to the third part, Pramana. Now, one more thing in Sankhya, what I want to actually tell you that there is a way of doing a movement and holding the breath. अगर आपको तरीका पता है ना, how to align, how you want to align your navel, how you want to align, how you can align your chest. अगर ये तरीका पता है ना, then only you will be able to align. So it needs a little commitment. एक थोड़ा committed atmosphere चाहिए होता है उसके लिए. That is why we teach it in the class. हम क्लास में सिखाते हैं. Now the fourth aspect, Pramana Sharira, Prakriti, Vikrati, Sankhya, Pramana. चौथे पे आ गए हम, Pramana. Pramana means density. इसका मतलब होता है डेंसिटी, गुरुत्व, भार, डेंसिटी। इसी को धातु भी कहते हैं, वी कॉल इट धातु। देयर आर डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ टिश्यू इन योर बॉडी, इजंट इट? आपके शरीर में अलग अलग तरीके के कोशिकाएं हैं। लाइक बोन इज वेरी मच डेंस, हड्डी जो है वो बहुत भारी होती है। योर मसल्स इज लेस डेंसर देन योर बोन, आपकी जो मांसपेशियां हैं वो उससे कम घनत्व है उसमें। और आपके फैट में एडिपोज टिश्यू जिसे कहते हैं, योर फैट मसल, वो योर फैट टिश्यू और एडिपोज टिश्यू इज वेरी लाइट कंपेयर टू द मसल्स एंड बोन्स। जिनके शरीर में मसल ज्यादा होगा उनका वेट ज्यादा होता है। पीपल हु हैव डेंसर बोन्स एंड मसल्स, देयर वेट इज हाई इवन दो दे आर लीन, वो पतले होने के बाद भी उनका भार ज्यादा होता है। So there are different kinds of tissues. This is called as सप्त धातु। 7 different density tissue की है आपके शरीर में। There are 7 different densities, tissue of different densities. रस, रक्त, मांस, मेद, अस्थि, मज्जा, शुक्र, these are 7 densities. ये अलग अलग भार के टिश्यूज हैं। If the densities becomes less, if you lose the density, your organ functioning will not happen properly. आपके अंदर जितने भी ऑर्गन्स है, हार्ट, लिवर, लंग्स, किडनी, ये जितने भी ऑर्गन्स है ना, इनको काम करने के लिए देयर इज अ डेंसिटी रिक्वायर्ड। सो वी आर लूजिंग ऑन द डेंसिटी ऑफ आवर ऑर्गन। हमारी ऑर्गन वीक हो रही है। व्हाट इज डायबिटीज? योर पैनक्रियाज इज नॉट फंक्शनिंग प्रॉपर्ली, योर लिवर इज नॉट फंक्शनिंग प्रॉपर्ली। व्हाट इज हाइपोथायराइड? योर थायराइड ग्लैंड इज नॉट फंक्शनिंग प्रॉपर्ली, है ना? It has also a relation with liver. What is kidney disease? Your kidney is not functioning properly. Organ damage आजकल ज्यादा है. You will see more chronic disease are there, है ना? Organ से related disease. So how do you correct your organ? Suppose there is a joint pain due to liver dysfunction. Liver के कारण आपके शरीर में joint pain है, inflammation. So you will have to correct the liver. आपको liver ठीक करना पड़ेगा. Is there a medicine to correct liver? No, there is no medicine to rejuvenate your organ. आज तक कोई दवाई नहीं बनी है आपके हार्ट को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके किडनी को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके लिवर को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके पैनक्रियास को ठीक करने के लिए, आपके लंग्स को। देयर इज नो मेडिसिन, देयर कैन नॉट बी अ मेडिसिन। दवाई हो ही नहीं सकती है। सो यू विल हैव टू वर्क इंटरनली, आपको अंदर काम करना पड़ेगा। अंदर आप काम कैसे कर सकते हैं? बाहर तो कर सकते हैं, यू कैन डू एक्सरसाइज, यू कैन डू वेट ट्रेनिंग, इजंट इट? बट पीपल इनटू स्पोर्ट्स एंड वेट ट्रेनिंग एंड एक्सरसाइज, दे आल्सो गेट डायबिटीज, दे आल्सो गेट हार्ट अटैक। 40-40 साल के जवान जो है वो बॉडी बिल्डर्स, वो हार्ट अटैक आ रहा है। एक्सरसाइज कैन नॉट रिजुविनेट योर ऑर्गन। एक्सरसाइज से आपका हार्ट स्ट्रांग नहीं होने वाला। सो हाउ विल इट हैपन? ये होगा कैसे? शुड वी डू ए लिटिल एक्सपेरिमेंट? एक एक्सपेरिमेंट करें। Now keep your left palm like this. अपने बाएं हथेली को ऐसा रखें, दाएं मुट्ठी बांध ले दाएं हाथ से। Make a fist from the right hand. Keep your left palm like this and try to push your left palm very hard. जोर से धक्का दीजिए अपने बाएं हथेली को, पुश कीजिए, जोर से पुश कीजिए। How do you create this strength of pushing? ये जो शक्ति आप क्रिएट करेंगे, जो स्ट्रेंथ पैदा कर रहे हैं धक्का देने का, कैसे कर रहे हैं? You are holding your breath. You are holding your breath behind. करके देखिए दोबारा, again do it again. See, push it hard. You hold your breath. सांस रोकते हैं आप, बट सांस रोक के by holding the breath, where are you creating the trigger? वो ट्रिगर कहां, वो एफर्ट कहां क्रिएट कर रहे हैं? यहां पे कर रहे हैं एफर्ट, बाहर कर रहे हैं, एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट डाल रहे हैं ना। यू आर मेकिंग एन एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट बाय होल्डिंग योर ब्रेथ, यू आर मेकिंग एन एक्सटर्नल एफर्ट। सो व्हेन यू लिफ्ट समथिंग, कोई भार आप उठाते हैं, so how do you lift weight? Weight कैसे लिफ्ट करते हैं? You hold your breath. You can't lift weight without holding your breath. You hold your breath and when you lift weight with the right hand, suppose कीजिए आप दाएं हाथ से वेट उठा रहे हैं, the trigger goes to the right hand muscles. दाएं हाथ के मसल में ट्रिगर चला जाता है and this becomes strong. Your right hand muscle grows. ऐसा ही होता है ना, बॉडी बिल्डिंग ऐसे ही होता है ना। This is how weight training and bodybuilding happens, isn't it? So by holding the breath, you are creating an external trigger. Now, very important part of this webinar. You hold your breath and do not move your body. What will happen? आप सांस रोक लें, अपने शरीर को बिल्कुल ना हिलाएं। क्या होगा? What will happen? You are not creating an external trigger. अब बाहरी दिशा नहीं दे रहे इसको। तो कहां जाएगा ये डायरेक्शन, कहां जाएगा? इंटरनली योर हार्ट रेट विल इंक्रीज, आपके हार्ट बीट से हो जाएगी ना, गर्मी लगने लग जाएगी शरीर, यू स्टार्ट स्वेटिंग आफ्टर सम टाइम, पसीना आ जाएगा. वेयर डिड द ट्रिगर गो? इनसाइड. So by breath hold, you can create an internal trigger. Can you direct it towards your heart, towards your liver, towards your kidney, towards your thyroid, towards the other organ and make it strong? इसके अलावा कोई चारा नहीं है. देख लीजिए. How you made one hand more stronger than the other? एक हाथ कैसे आपका ज्यादा ताकतवर हो गया दूसरे से? Because you worked with that hand more, isn't it? आपने उस हाथ से ज्यादा काम किया. And how did you work? Breath hold and direction. Breath hold and direction. That hand became strong. So if you do breath hold and direction inside, that organ will become strong. This is the only way. There is no other way. So how you can rejuvenate your liver? How you can make your liver strong? How you can make your heart strong? By us creating a specific direction. This is Kumbhak therapy, which is a part of Ashtaang Chikitsa. So how do you correct the Pramana Sharira or the organ body? By creating an internal trigger. ठीक है? तो और दूसरा तरीका, there is no medicine for that. कोई दवाई नहीं है उसके लिए. And there cannot be a medicine. कोई दवाई बन नहीं सकती. So at this point of time, everybody's organ is getting weak. Not even people like you. For youngsters also, छोटे बच्चों के भी organ weak हो रहे हैं. इस वक्त ये जरूरी है कि अंदरूनी काम किया जाए. It is important to work inside and rejuvenate your organ, make your organ strong. Now let's come to the other part, which is marma. Your organ, muscles, bones, they all work together, isn't it? आपका heart, आपके muscles, your nervous system, muscles, bones, they all work together. If you take out heart, you will not be able to move. You will not be able to live. If you take out liver, you will not be able to live. So they all work together. So there are junctions. ऐसी जगह है जहां पे की मूवमेंट होती है. There are junctions, muscle and nerve junction, muscle and bone junction, two bones and there is a junction. ऐसा ही है ना, दो हड्डियों के बीच में एक जोड़ है. ऑर्गन आपकी आंतों के बीच में, lungs, organs and the external body is connected. ये सब जुड़ी हुई हैं कहीं ना कहीं जुड़ी हुई. ये जो junction point है, this junction point of the various organs is called as marma. If this junction point is okay, lubricated and flexible, you can perform better. अगर ये junction point ठीक से काम कर रहे हैं, ठीक से movement कर रहे हैं, तो आपका शारीरिक movement ठीक से होगा. Your organ function will happen properly. So these are called marmas. So marma needs a constant rejuvenation. इनको constantly एक तरीके से movement देना पड़ता है. To keep it fine, we need to actually make them move in a particular way constantly. For example, I'm giving you another example. If your marmas are not functioning properly, there are two kinds of circulatory movement in your body. आपके शरीर में दो तरीके का movement का, blood circulation and lymph circulation. ऐसे मान के चलिए, just think about it. There are tissues and cells. आपकी कोशिकाएं हैं. The waste product gets thrown out of their walls. वो अपने बाहर अपना waste छोड़ देते हैं. And by movement of tissues and cells, these waste product comes to a certain place called joints or lymph node. अंग्रेजी में उनको lymph node कहते हैं. All your joints are lymph node. आप ऐसे कटकाते हैं तो आवाज आती है ना. If you just tense the joints, there will be a sound. टक से आवाज आएगी ना. क्या हुआ? Gases release हुई. There is a release of gases and toxins. So it only happens through movement. वो बिना movement के नहीं होगा. Blood circulation can happen without movement because there is a pumping organ. एक heart है जो blood circulation करवा रहा है. Lymph का कोई circulation नहीं करवा रहा. It will only happen by movement of the body. So if you move the body in a particular way, these toxins, they go out of the body. There is a constant rejuvenation of cells. Internal environment साफ बनेगा आपका, तभी there will be प्रकृति, new cellular form, better cellular formation. अगर वो environment ठीक नहीं होगा, तो wrong cellular formation called, and this is called as cancer. गलत सेल बनते हैं तो कैंसर कहते हैं ना उसी को. So because of an internal environment, cancer happens because of a cancerous environment. और उसके लिए if you want to come out of that, then there should be constant rejuvenation of marma. तो इसमें हम मर्म अष्टांग चिकित्सा में there is a part in Ashtang Chikitsa, there is a part called as Anganyasa and Marma Vinyasa, which actually works upon there is a particular movement in a particular way with a particular kind of breathing. It's a part of Ashtang Chikitsa. Now go a little further. Now everything is ready for functioning. Now tissues, organ, joint, marma, सब कुछ तैयार हो गया. Now you function, you live your life, you do movement, you do function. काम होता है ना. So function, there are three things which are attached to function. तीन चीजें हैं function के साथ में जुड़ी. Material, energy and movement. Function means three things: material, energy and dynamism. इसी को कहते हैं कफ, पित्त, वात. This you must have heard of. आजकल तो बहुत सारी यूनिवर्सिटी चलती है, व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी, फेसबुक यूनिवर्सिटी, यूट्यूब यूनिवर्सिटी. So everybody is educated. You know, at least you must have heard of these words called vata, pitta, kapha. Most of the people do not know what it is. They try to make an idea. But material, energy and dynamism, kapha, pitta, vata. Most of the problem is attributed to dynamism. वात दोष ज्यादातर प्रॉब्लम के साथ में जुड़ा हुआ है. So what is your joint problem? What is it called as? वात दोष. Right? Movement को आप कंट्रोल कैसे करते हैं? What is vata? Movement. Vata also creates pain. So movement, how do you control movement? If you want to move your hand, how do you control the movement? अगर आप ऐसे ऐसे तेजी से हाथ हिलाए, देखिए पीछे, अपने पीछे देखिए. How do you control this movement? By holding your breath in a particular manner. अपनी सांसों को एक तरीके से चलाते हैं इसके लिए. Yes or no? You control your movement by holding your breath. Without holding your breath, you cannot control your movement. So वात दोष से बाहर आना है तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? If you want to come out of vata dosh, what you need to do is control your movement. कुंभक करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं करना पड़ेगा? There is no other way. If you apply joint pain relief sprays or some gel, उससे क्या होगा? Temporary, you will get a joint pain relief. Temporary, it will be temporary. क्या आपका घुटना ठीक हो जाएगा? No, it will not happen. So if you want to really have a control over the movement of your body, over your life, then you must practice kumbhak. कोई और चारा है नहीं. So dosha sharir ko, if you want to correct the dosha imbalances in your body, the most potent way is kumbhak. Other ways are also available, but they are less potent. There are medicines, all the herbs, Ayurvedic herbs, they do vata pitta kapha balance, but to a certain extent. केवल एक extent तक ही कर सकते हैं. They can be a little help, but they cannot be cure, rejuvenation. If you do kumbhak for 3 years, you will become 10 years younger. This is called as rejuvenation. So neuro problem, usually कहते हैं neuro problem. Somebody was talking about so what people were talking about? Spondylitis and what else? Neuro problem. Now something called as drop foot, neuropathy, है ना? ये चीज आपने सुना होगा. You must have heard of these things. So neuropathy happens on, you don't have a control. Parkinson, again a neuro problem. There is degenerative disease, which the doctor will say it doesn't become fine. It doesn't. No, there is no solution for that. There are sometimes autoimmune disorder of nervous origin, for which there is no solution. कोई solution है ही नहीं. So I'll tell you some examples. मैं आपको कुछ example बताता हूँ. So there was a person who was suffering from paralysis. एक 64-year-old, 65-year-old professor of Delhi University or some associate Delhi University का कोई college है उसमें. So he suffered a paralytic stroke and lost sensation in one part of the body. He started doing kumbhak. In 3 months' time, he regained the sensation by almost 95% on that part. Now another example. There is a marathon runner. She's a lady, a lady marathon runner. She started developing drop foot, uncontrolled legs. She couldn't control her legs. Suddenly, uska marathon सब बंद हो गया. She was almost like stuck at one place. She started doing kumbhak. And after 4 to 5 months, she reported, I am preparing for next marathon. So there was a person who was suffering from myasthenia gravis, where the muscles are not in control. आंखें पड़कती रहती हैं, muscles हिलते रहते हैं. They are in always fluctuating mode. He started kumbhak, and in 3 months' time, he reported that it's gone maximum, like it's gone about 80 to 85% it's gone. Another person who was not able to speak for more than 2-3 words, he was not able to speak. Uska voice box related issue tha. It is also a neuro origin. So he started kumbhak. In 4 to 5 months time, he said, I can talk for long now. मैं काफी समय तक अब बोल सकता हूं जो पहले नहीं बोल सकता था. So these are examples of people who have done kumbhak and they have come out of the problem of neuro origin. I'm talking about problems you're talking like Parkinson, paralysis, and neuropathy. You can actually revive. Your whole nervous system can revive. Let's get to the second last part or the 7th Sharira. It is called as Garbha Sharira. Garbha means a quality. The Sanskrit word Garbha means a quality of environment, an environmental quality. So Garbha fundamentally is called as quality, and the quality can be created by something called as samskara. Samskara is a way of creating quality. So Garbha means quality. Garbha, quality or genetics are correlated. I'm talking genetics. When you say Garbha Sharira, it is your genetics. Your genetics is responsible for your personality, for the quality of your body. How much your body has potential in what direction, in what vertical. It is your genetics. Isn't it? This is called as Garbha Sharira. The Garbha Sharira gives you the genetics. Can you correct your genetics? It has also some relation with what you call as karma. When we say samskara, it is called as related to what you have done. So your genetics is also what you have done. Your genetics is also what you have done. So can you correct your genetics? Yes, 99% of your genetics can be changed. Now, the modern research says 99% of the total genetical quality is epigenetics, changeable genetics, variable genetics. You can actually change your genetics. So earlier theory of genetics cannot be changed is now been busted. So now you can change your genetics also. If the doctor says, oh, you have a problem because of your genetics, then tell the doctor, please change my genetics, because modern research says genetics can be changed. But they are thinking of stem cells, which is not the right way to approach genetics. I'm telling you, kumbhak is a way to change genetics. When you do kumbhak, you are actually applying epigenetic triggers inside the body, which will change your genetics. And that's why people into diabetes, they drop their medicine. People who have blood pressure issues, they don't need a medicine to control their blood pressure. Whatever genetics you say, or what is being said in the world today can be changed. But you have to do certain things in a certain way. Only then it will happen. The last part is Shrishti Sharira. Eighth Sharira is Shrishti Sharira. Shrishti means what? In which you are sunk. Like Shrishti for a fish is the sea. एक मछली के लिए समुद्र सृष्टि है. So the water around her is सृष्टि for her. So for human being, the cosmos, ये ब्रह्मांड is सृष्टि. So it applies lot of forces. Na? What is environment? What is universe? Lot of forces acting. Na? You walk on earth in the force which is called as gravity. Gravity pulls you down constantly. Within this gravity, you walk. So you make an effort against gravity and then you walk. There is a very high environment or the pressure of this atmosphere. Atmosphere का pressure है ना आपके ऊपर. उसके बावजूद भी आप move करते हैं, चलते हैं, सब कुछ करते हैं. You do everything. So this is Srishti. The forces of environment is Srishti. Now I am bringing up something very, very unique and important. Now suppose gravity pulls you down. You know this, gravity pulls you down. Why do you grow tall? Gravity तो आपको नीचे खींचता है ना, गुरुत्वाकर्षण आपको नीचे खींचता है. आप लंबे क्यों हो जाते हैं? एक पेड़ ऊपर क्यों उग जाता है? Why a tree grows up? Why a bird flies? Because you must be applying a force opposite to gravity. Yes or no? आप जोर लगा रहे होंगे gravity के विरुद्ध. आप जानते भी नहीं हैं. You don't even know, notice. But you are applying a force opposite to gravity. Suppose कीजिए आपके अंदर this force becomes weak inside you. Gravity के opposite force लगाना कमजोर हो गया. आपको कैसा फील होगा? How will you feel in your body and mind? You will feel heavy, pulled by gravity. आप उठा नहीं पाएंगे ना, हल्का महसूस नहीं कर पाएंगे. Will not feel light. How will you feel? Heavy. ऊपर नहीं उठा पाएंगे तो नीचे heavy feel करेंगे. Where will the heaviness impact? ये heaviness कहां असर करेगा आपके? Joint पे? It will impact the joint? Yes or no? This heaviness is called as stress. S-T-R-E-S-S. You talk about stress, but आपको मालूम नहीं है stress क्या है. You think situation creates stress. No. Put 10 people in the same situation. 5 will get stressed, 5 will not. It is not the situation. It is your inability to handle a situation creates stress. आपकी क्षमता नहीं है अगर किसी सिचुएशन को हैंडल करने की, तब आपको उसमें स्ट्रेस होगा. So are you doing anything to increase your capability and the capacity to handle situation? No, you are not doing it. So I talked about one force. एक फोर्स के बारे में बात किया. The upward force is called उदाना. In कुंभक कलाचार, in कुंभक विज्ञान, we call it उदाना. इसको हम उदान कहते हैं. Have you heard of this word उड़ान? उड़ान सुना है नाम आपने? उड़ना, उड़ान. This has come from the root udana. That means opposite to gravity force. There are 84 forces which you are struggling every moment through. 84 अलग-अलग forces में आप काम करते हैं. Your organs function according to these forces. So which force has gone weak in you because of which you have got into one problem? आपके अंदर कौन सा force weak हो गया जिसकी वजह से आप problem में आ गए? That is what we diagnose in prana shakti diagnosis. यही prana shakti diagnosis है. We find out the force which has become weak in you, and because of that you have got into one problem and then another and then another and then another. This is the root cause. So we do prana shakti diagnosis. And in the 9 weeks, you learn the basic module and you get an extra class where the whole module get customized according to your system. 9 हफ्ते तक आप एक module सीखते हैं. There are 3 things in that module which actually takes care of all these 8 aspects. ये 8 चीजों का वो ध्यान रखता है. 3 चीजें हैं. The first one is called as Anganyasa. The second one is called as Hatha Vinyasa. The third one is called as Kumbhak therapy. So in 9 weeks, you learn this module of 3 steps, and then you get an extra class of customization where we diagnose you and customize the whole module according to your system and problem. This is Ashtang Chikitsa. So it takes care of all the Sharira. Sharira means body and mind complex, Prakriti, Vikriti, Sankhya, Pramana, Marma, Dosha, Garbha, Srishti. And it's a cycle. It's a cycle. So if you work upon the body, see, you will never get a magic pill. If you wait for eternity, you'll not get a magic pill. कोई ये मैजिक दवाई नहीं बन सकती शरीर के लिए. Why? Because this body is first of all not designed for chemical medicine. Is your body designed for chemical medicine? No, your body is not designed for chemical medicine. जब आप एक पेट्रोल की गाड़ी लेते हैं तो डीजल डालते हैं उसमें. Would you put diesel into a petrol vehicle? No, never. Common sense, it is designed for petrol. So when your body is not designed for chemical medicine, where does this common sense go? ये कॉमन सेंस कहां चला जाता है इस समय जब हम अपने शरीर को इस्तेमाल करते हैं. दैट इज व्हाई मोर मेडिसिन, मोर डिजीज इन द लास्ट 50 years. Enough example, isn't it? So you must work upon this. Body is magical. Let me give you this guarantee. ये शरीर बहुत मैजिकल है. ये ठीक करता है अपने आप को. दिस इज द ओनली गैजेट विच इज सेल्फ करेक्टिव और इट करेक्ट्स इटसेल्फ. ये खुद को ठीक करता है. आप मौका दें इसको. You empower your system and you'll see magic happening in your life. So it is important. Wherever you invest your time, money, focus, that thing grows. आपने दवाइयों पे इन्वेस्ट किया पिछले 50 सालों में, कितनी बढ़ गई, वो आपको रूल करने लग गए. आप हेल्थ पे इन्वेस्ट कीजिए. जस्ट इन्वेस्ट इन हेल्थ and you'll see your health will improve. Not only your health, the health of next generation will improve. So it is our responsibility that we focus on this beautiful system that we have been given or gifted with and transform our lives, make our lives better. So I'll stop here. यहाँ पे मैं रुकूंगा. So the team will take you forward. Team आपको आगे बताएंगे.
Thank you so much for listening to Swamiji. Now I would like to invite Prabir sir, one of our current participants who's just completed his 9 weeks program. So over to Prabir sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Sir, please unmute yourself. Sir, you need to unmute yourself. You're not unmuted.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Thank you so much, Rachna ma'am. I would like to share that very recently, I have completed 9 weeks of training on Ashtang, Chikitsa and Kumbhak therapy. It was a great journey, which I've experienced. I really feel myself lucky that I got in touch with Swamiji and team. I was primarily suffering with slip disc problem. And one of the very famous hospital, head of the department told me that I need to undergo surgery to rectify the problem. I was little hesitant. I didn't go for that. And I was really lucky that it was a chance that, I attended this webinar and got in touch with Swamiji and team. And that really transformed my, entire problem. Today, it was a time that, while in the morning, I couldn't get up from my bed. I couldn't walk properly because the pain was so severe. And, I started doing this, Kumbhak therapy and the various kriyas that has been taught to us by Swamiji and team. And today I'm absolutely fine. I'm so happy, I can walk properly. There's no pain. Though I am very, very careful while walking and doing, bending, forward bending and all, I am very cautious, but that severe pain is not there. In the morning, when I get up from my bed, there is no pain. So I really feel so happy about it. And regarding the team, I would like to say I'm really, really thankful. The team's hand-holding is really excellent. You know, all throughout, even after we have completed the 9 weeks training on this, you know, we have been constantly hand-holded by the team, and we have been supported, we have been motivated all throughout. So thanks to the team. And the Kumbhak therapies and the Kriyas, I really consider them as treasure for me going forward, that I'll continue working on them to keep myself fit and to keep my entire system right in place. Thank you so much. I'm done, Rachna ma'am.
Prabir sir, thank you so much for joining us. Now we will share the program details. Just give me 2 minutes. Anilji, can you see the screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So here is the program details. So let us know about the Ashtaang Chikitsa online program details now. It's a guided program conducted online by Kumbhak mentors. As Prabir sir already mentioned, the hand holding we do right from day one. So we have a team of mentors who help you in the program. So what is the program modules? The program modules is M1, M2, M3. So there are 3 parts to it: Vat, Pitta, Kapha, duration 21 days each. So 21 days for Vat, 21 days for Pitta, 21 days for Kapha. So everybody enters the Vat module and then they shift to the Pitta module. And after another completion of 21 days, they shift to the Kapha module. And that is the entire 9 weeks program, after which the customization happens. So program overview, it is duration is 10 weeks program. So you get 2 live classes. One is the learning class and one is the mentoring class. So in the mentoring class, whatever you learn in the learning class, the mentors help you with any kind of problems that you have. So they give you a live demonstration, and then we see that each and every participant is able to do it. If they are not able to do it, we show them the variations, and that is how the mentoring class happens. So note something, you will get access to videos and written instructions. So you need not worry if you have missed any live session. आपको वीडियोस, रिटन इंस्ट्रक्शन, पीडीएफ जो कि आप प्रिंट भी ले सकते हैं, वो सब कुछ हमारे एंड से आपको मिलेगा. तो इन केस आप ऑफिस की वजह से या किसी वजह से क्लास मिस करते हैं, तो आपको कोई भी टेंशन या एंजाइटी लेने की जरूरत नहीं है. So what is the next step? The fee payment. So webinar special price is there because you've made the effort of coming to the webinar, as you have to make the effort on your body as well. So provide your details, login credentials for course access, join program module. Start with M1, as I already mentioned, then M2 and M3. So what is M1 module? 6 classes, 3 learning, 3 mentoring, equals to 21 days. Similarly for M2, that is the Pitta module, learning plus mentoring 3 plus 3, again 21 days. M3 module, that is the Kapha module, 6 classes, 3 learning, 3 mentoring, 21 days. So how many classes we get in total? 18 classes plus 2 customization classes. That is the unique thing about this program. You get your customization according to the problems that you are facing, which we get to it by you filling up the Pran Shakti diagnosis form. So engagement is for how many weeks? Total 10 weeks. So when is the class starting for the 71st batch we are starting? So module 1 is starting on 14th March 2022 at 6 p.m. Module 2 is starting 5th April, Tuesday 6 p.m. Module 3, 7th April, Tuesday at 6 p.m. So the timing is going to be same, just the days will change as you change your module. यानी कि वात पित्त कफ जब change होता है तो आपका days change हो जाएगा, but time आपका same रहेगा. So ultimately you will be completing all the 3 modules, meaning आप head to toe सब कुछ cover कर लेंगे इस module 1, 2, 3 में. यानी कि वात पित्त कफ में आप सारा कुछ कंप्लीट कर लेंगे, कुछ भी ऐसी चीज बाकी नहीं रहेगी जो आपने कवर नहीं किया है. सो फॉर मॉड्यूल 1 मेंटर क्लासेस और ऑन थर्सडेज, यानी कि आपका जो प्रैक्टिस सेशन है जो मेंटर्स लेते हैं वो थर्सडे को है. मॉड्यूल 2 के लिए इट शिफ्ट्स टू फ्राइडे. एज आई सेड द डेज शिफ्ट बट द टाइमिंग इज गोइंग टू रिमेन सेम फॉर ऑल द सेशंस. तो प्रैक्टिस क्लास का आपका जो टाइम है वो भी सेम रहेगा, जो मेन क्लास का टाइम है वो भी सेम रहेगा. मॉड्यूल 3 मेंटर क्लासेस आर ऑन सैटरडेज. सो व्हाट इज द क्लास एक्सपीरियंस लाइक? You get live sessions. The mentors watch participants. Mind you, the mentors पहले आपको लाइव करके दिखाते हैं, फिर वो आपको देखते हैं कि आपको सही में समझ में आया या नहीं आया. Because we have an age bracket from 45 to 75 up. So each and every person needs to be hand held it. Written instructions, English and Hindi. So you don't have any problem of language also. You can take a printout. Session recording आपको मिलता है जो आप बार बार देख सकते हैं. उसमें ऑडियो वीडियो सब कुछ किया हुआ है. सो कोई भी चीज आपको दिक्कत नहीं आती है कि आपने मिस किया है. Mental practice is very, very important and the need of the hour. Physical problem से ज्यादा हम mental anxiety में जीते हैं. तो वो mental anxiety आपका कैसे कम होता है? Unique diet perspective. Mind you, this is not any diet program that we are giving you. We will just recommend certain diet perspectives. Simple detox, knowledge like no other. So let's look at how much we will be spending just to manage your disease. आपका yearly expenses approximately होता कितना है? Of course, it differs from city to city. Doctor fees is 6,000 to 12,000. Physiotherapy, जो regular basis में जो neuromuscular problems वाले disease है उनके लिए pain relief के लिए आपको करवाना ही पड़ता है. 12,000 to 30,000. Medicines 15 to 30,000. So total out of 33,000 to 72,000 per year. And additionally, you are taking the burden of the side effects of the allopathic medicine. So before I share the program detail, it's very important to know who this program is not for. किसके लिए ये प्रोग्राम नहीं बना हुआ है? So who is this program not for? It's not for people who are looking for a magic pill. हम यहाँ आपको कोई भी magic pill नहीं देने वाले and want fast results. हम लोग fast results आपको नहीं दे सकते हैं क्योंकि वो सिर्फ आपको allopathy medicine ही दे सकता है. This is not for those who are not ready to work on their body. It's not for those who cannot invest 60 to 70 minutes every day on themselves. अगर आप करीब करीब 1 घंटे अपने ऊपर नहीं दे सकते हैं तो ये प्रोग्राम आपके लिए नहीं है. This is not for those who are impatient with themselves. आपको बीमारी है 8 साल 10 साल 6 साल तो आप एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते हैं कि आप impatient होके फटाफट आपको बीमारी से निकाल दिया जाएगा. ऐसा तो नहीं होने वाला है. You have to work on it and patiently you will see the results. It's not for those who are looking for a free treatment. So program fee for Ashtang Chikitsa is 9,500. Does that sound too much? Okay, no problem with that. Because you've made the effort to come for the webinar, we'll give you a good discount. So let's do a little maths here. 10 weeks program, 20 classes for 9,500 only. So now if you divide it by 20, how much is it coming to? 475 per class of 60 to 90 minutes duration. So what all you get in this 9,500? What is the package giving you? Pran Shakti diagnosis for root cause determination. We all know that all the bodies are not same और सबके लिए same इलाज कभी नहीं होता है. So when we do Pran Shakti diagnosis, we are getting into the real reason of your problem. Weekly one main class of 60 to 90 minutes, one practice class 60 to 90 minutes, online course access for 1 year. 365 दिन आपको online course access होता है. Course dashboard, videos of all kriyas done in the class. Course dashboard, written instructions. Private WhatsApp group to ask doubts, question. 7 days, individual participant progress, tracking, feedback. Therapy customization for each participant in the 9th week. We keep in touch even after the program is over. So special webinar pricing. कितने लोग बैठे हैं special webinar pricing सुनने के लिए? I won't waste much of your time and I will tell you what is the special webinar price we are offering. 5,500 only. A highly subsidized fee. 10 weeks program, 20 classes. 475 से सीधा 275 पर आ गया per class. Does that seem enriching and exciting? So how to enroll? Pay program fee, post the payment receipt in WhatsApp group, submit your details to access course dashboard, join the first module, start attending classes to learn Ashtang Chikitsa. So payment methods, discounted fee 5,500, valid till, actually we've forgotten to change the dates. So it is valid till day after tomorrow. Payment link is given here. We have the QR code as well. The bank account details is here. You do need not note anything. It will be given in the chat and in the webinar group. We will be sharing all the details. So please don't make any effort of writing anything. So who do we have in our support team? We have total of 8 people in the support team to handhold you at every step. Rachna Srimal Botra, that's me. Shalini Bhagwat, Atul Sharma, the mentors, Pooja Chopra, Ranjana Swain, Neha Upadhyay, who is the contact person after the webinar. She gives you all the details. Anil Chauhan, again, he gives you all the details. Himanshu Reddy, the technical person who handles all your technical queries. So here I come to the end of sharing the program. Now, without much delay, I will hand it over to Swami Raj Vibhuji. Okay. Namaste, Swamiji. Thank you so much for joining us. We will take up the questions one by one. Okay, Archana ma'am, Aradhana ma'am writes, how do we know that which dosha is there in our body? Swamiji, please unmute yourself.
There are very simple ways to know what dosha, but the thing is, and somebody asked this question, if I want module 1 only. So basically you are saying if I just want my heart to function, not my liver to function. or any other organ. It doesn't work. Life doesn't work like that. You need to understand first thing. Second thing, there are simple ways of understanding what dosha is there, but there is no way to understand exactly why it is happening. So in a very simplistic manner, if you have problem above your chest, it is kapha dosha. But it may have a vata factor, it may have a pitta factor also. So it's not a very straightforward straight line theory. You can't understand it with straight line theory. Your logic only works when there is no opposite force. Understand this. Your logic only works when there is no opposite force. When you have so many forces acting at the same time and you are trying to figure it out through logic, it is never going to happen. And that is why you see the modern medical science reaching to a wall every time it creates a thesis or theory. Sari theory fail ho jati. No solution for neuro musculoskeletal problem. Ultimately they say iska to koi ilaaj hi nahi hai ji. Pain ghatao, kaam chalao. And in that process you destroy the whole body. So there are simplistic means to understand dosha, but then even if we define it, we need to work holistically upon the whole organism. That is why we are saying Ashtanga Chikitsa. We are working upon all the factors. You don't even know how much contribution is there for the problem of each factor. So it is important that you work upon the body, the full body, and you'll come out of many, many issues. Not only just what you're thinking is an issue, but many other issues also.
Okay, Manju ma'am writes, I have a nerve pain from my left shoulder, goes right through my liver, back to my left hip, lower side like arthritis, but cannot sit on the left side as it pains badly.
See, there are problems which arise out of disalignment of this body. There are three basic things that this body needs: strength, balance, and rhythm. Strength, balance, and rhythm. So in most of the cases, you see one factor is dominant, like imbalance of one factor is pretty dominant in an individual. But if you lose the balance, you also lose the strength and you also lose the rhythm of life. Now, fundamentally, if you look at this body physically, because you can look at this body on multiple levels. I'm just talking about something which you will be able to correlate. So if you look at the body, there are three basic alignment that you need. तीन मूलभूत alignment आपको चाहिए. And those three are Nabhi, Kaudi, and Nale. So the program has modules, has methods to actually align these three things. These three things actually contribute to what you call as the balancing factor of your body. Apart from that, there are other kinds of alignment which your body needs, and the fundamentally would be your spine, आपकी रीढ़ की हड्डी. So when you assemble a machine, an engine, everything needs to align in a proper manner. Even one part is not aligned, the whole engine will get impacted. Similarly, your body also functions like that. It is a very beautiful alignment of many factors which needs to be corrected. So एक तरफ में problem आ रहा है, obviously बहुत simple तरीके से भी आप समझेंगे तो it's a disalignment of your system, है ना? उसको align करने की जरूरत है. Now if you just align one part, because even physiotherapy treats an individual very locally, एक जगह पे problem है तो वहीं पे treatment दिया जाता है, ऐसा नहीं है. आपके दर्द जरूरी नहीं है कि जॉइंट के इश्यू से, जॉइंट में गैप होने से हो. यू मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दिस. ये आपको जितने यहाँ पे अभी भी मौजूद हैं लोग, उनको समझने की जरूरत है कि आपके जॉइंट का दर्द गैप से नहीं होता. गैप आपके शरीर में बंद भी जाए तब भी दर्द जरूरी नहीं है कि दर्द होगा. आपको दर्द इसलिए होता है क्योंकि इन्फ्लेमेशन हो गया. हाँ, एक ज्वलनशीलता पैदा होगी वहां पे, इन्फ्लेमेशन. और इन्फ्लेमेशन कैन बी because of your gut microbiome or liver factor. ये लोकल नहीं हो सकता है ये आपके लिवर की वजह से हो हो सकता है आप एंजाइटी में जल्दी आ जाते हैं, इस वजह से अंदर प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट होती हो। तो अगर आप सोच रहे हैं, फर्स्ट कम आउट ऑफ दिस आइडिया दैट एनीबडी नोज व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम। अगर डॉक्टर्स आपके जानते कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है तो ठीक कर लेते, पर ठीक नहीं कर पाते वो, इसका मतलब वो जानते नहीं है। इसके लिए बहुत अलग तरीके से आउट ऑफ द बॉक्स इस लाइफ को देखना पड़ेगा, इसके अरेंजमेंट को देखना पड़ेगा, इसकी फंक्शनैलिटी को देखना पड़ेगा, और वो आज की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है। सो अलाइनमेंट करेंगे तो आप देखेंगे इमीडिएटली आपको रिलीफ मिल जाता है। देखिए एक चीज आपको मैं बता देता हूं, दर्द की गोली खाने से इमीडिएट फायदा होता है ऐसा कहना गलत है। एलोपैथी इमीडिएटली फायदा देता है ऐसा कहना गलत है। देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड एज इमीडिएटली फायदा। आपके दर्द को अगर वो खत्म कर दे तो इट्स अ क्राइम ऑन ह्यूमन बॉडी। अगर आपका शरीर दर्द के मारे करा रहा है और बोल रहा है कि मेरी प्रॉब्लम को ठीक करो, आप उसके मुंह में कपड़ा ठूस देते। एक बच्चा रोए तो उसके मुंह में कपड़ा डाल दो कि वो उसकी आवाज नहीं आए। इट इज अ क्राइम ऑन दैट किड। तो अगर आप दर्द बंद कर देते हैं एकदम से तो वो क्राइम है आपकी बॉडी पे। और आपने इतने कितने सारे क्राइम किए अपने शरीर पे कि आज जाके ये हालत हो गई है। 100 साल पहले इतनी प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी ह्यूमंस को, आज प्रॉब्लम है। तो ये जो जिस तरीके से शब्द को आप बोलते हैं ना, उसको कहीं ना कहीं आपको ठीक भी करना पड़ेगा। नेक्स्ट।
Okay, Sheena ma'am writes, does this also treat arterial fibrillation?
आर्टीरियल फिब्रिलेशन, कंपन होना बेसिकली। फिब्रिलेशन का मतलब क्या होता है? आप इन चीजों को ना, ये तो बड़े बड़े शब्द बना के रखे हुए ना, इनको आप बिल्कुल सिंपल टर्म्स में अगर समझने की कोशिश करेंगे ना, तब आपको प्रॉब्लम पता चलेगी, उसका सोल्यूशन भी उसके बाद ही आएगा। अभी तो कोई मटेरियल एक्सचेंज केवल एलोपैथी पढ़ता है, एनर्जी एक्सचेंज तो पढ़ता ही नहीं, उसको मालूम ही नहीं उसके बारे में। तो पहली बात तो वो जो शब्द, वो जो नामकरण संस्कार इन्होंने किया हुआ है ना, उसको आप अपने सिंपल टर्म्स में समझने की कोशिश कीजिए। आर्टीरियल फिब्रिलेशन, आर्टरीज हार्ट में, ये खास करके हार्ट में होता है। तो हार्ट में आर्टरीज में अगर कहीं पे किसी वजह से, इट कैन बी अ ब्लॉकेज, it can be the weakness of the nerves there, it can be the availability of oxygen also at a certain point. वो चीज कमजोर हो जाती है। जब आप कमजोर हाथ होता है आपका, तो आप कोई भारी चीज उठाते हैं तो आपका कंपन होता है। Because of some weakness, if it starts shaking, it is not able to hold. आप अगर अपने आप को ठीक से उठा नहीं पा रहे, कांप रहे हैं, तो इसका मतलब कमजोर हो गया। तो किसी वजह से अगर कहीं पे एक स्ट्रेंथ फैक्टर अगर कम हो गया तो फिब्रिलेशन होगा। इसको ठीक कैसे कर सकते हैं? इसको ठीक कैसे करते हैं? आप कैसे ठीक करते हैं पहले ये समझ जाए। सो आई टेल यू टू डू एन एक्सपेरिमेंट। सभी लोग एक्सपेरिमेंट करें, है ना, तभी आपको ज्यादा अच्छे से पता चलेगा। किसी के बोलने से या गूगल में कुछ पढ़ लेने से सोल्यूशन नहीं मिलता आपको। जस्ट डू अ लिटिल एक्सपेरिमेंट, टेल समबडी टू पुश यू। किसी और को बोलिए कि आपको धक्का दे, एंड ट्राई टू बैलेंस योरसेल्फ, ट्राई टू बी अ लिटिल मोर स्टेबल। स्थिर रहने की कोशिश करें। कैसे करेंगे? हाउ डू यू डू दैट? यू विल ऑब्जर्व दैट यू होल्ड योर ब्रेथ टू स्टेबलाइज योरसेल्फ। और हमारे पूरे अष्टांग चिकित्सा में द की इज कुंभक, होल्डिंग। Now this is how you will stabilize yourself. And we have cases now. We have many cases. Drop foot चला गया, myasthenia gravis ठीक हो गया, है ना? All similar to arterial fibril. I am talking about fibrillation. Lock jaw, voice box का issue हो गया, है ना? Then Parkinson, kind of Parkinson. उसमें आप stabilize हो जाएंगे. You will also regenerate the nervous system. We can regenerate the nervous system. According to modern research, neuroplasticity is possible. But अभी मालूम नहीं है उनको किसको कैसे किया जाए. And we are giving you the methodology. हम आपको तरीके दे रहे हैं. A medicine cannot do it. एक दवाई नहीं कर सकती है. Your food is just a raw material. Your body has to work upon the food. आपकी शरीर की शक्तियां ही तो काम करती है. दो इंसान जिसका हाजमा कमजोर है, एक का हाजमा मजबूत है, सेम फूड, जिसका मजबूत हाजमा है उसको स्ट्रॉन्ग कर रहा है, जिसका हाजमा कमजोर है उसको प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट कर रहा है। कैल्शियम खा के किसका ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस ठीक हो गया? एक भी तो केस बता दीजिए मुझे। तो कैल्शियम खाने से आपकी बॉडी को कैल्शियम अवेलेबल नहीं होता है। ये लॉजिक से आपको हटना पड़ेगा। लॉजिक, स्ट्रेट लाइन लॉजिक, स्ट्रेट जैकेट लॉजिक जो है वो डेड चीज के लिए काम करता है। When there are so many forces which is acting on a particular thing, you apply a force, what will happen? यहां पे आपका लॉजिक काम नहीं करेगा। यहां पे इसको अलग तरीके से देखना पड़ेगा। To study life, it needs a different kind of science. Modern science is incapable of studying life. ये मॉडर्न साइंस भी नहीं है, ये तो हमारे से चुरा के ले गए, थोड़ा बहुत इस पे काम कर लिया, पैसा कमा लिया इन्होंने, बट पूरी ह्यूमैनिटी खराब हो गई ना। 100 साल पहले किसको डायबिटीज था? 100 साल पहले किसको ब्लड प्रेशर हाई और हार्ट डिजीज और हार्ट अटैक होता था? 100 years back, how many people had thyroid issue? How many people used to have this neuro musculoskeletal problem in young ages? Now kids are getting into these problems. So we have created these diseases by a very, very shallow logic. Now it is time to improve humanity. Now it is time, नहीं तो सब बर्बाद हो जाएगा। जमीन बर्बाद हो गई ना, खाद डाला, पेस्टिसाइड डाला, फर्टिलाइजर डाला, जमीन बर्बाद है। नाउ वी आर सेइंग ओ ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग, जैविक खेती करो। तो इसका कब ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग शुरू करने वाले हैं? टेल मी। ये तो सबसे जरूरी है ना आपके लिए। दिस बॉडी इज इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू और नॉट? इसका ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग कब से शुरू करने वाले हैं? इसको तो खराब कर दिया ना केमिकल बॉम्बार्डिंग करके। द मोमेंट यू वर बॉर्न, हाउ मेनी वैक्सीन्स यू टुक? उसके बाद कितनी दवाइयां खाई होंगी, गिनती कर सकते हैं क्या? कितने बॉम्बार्डिंग किया आपने अपने ही, अपने शरीर की केमिकल बॉम्बार्डिंग, आप गिनती भी नहीं कर सकते। तो ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग इस बॉडी की कब शुरू, ऑर्गेनिक हेल्थ कब शुरू करना है? यू विल हैव टू स्टार्ट समवेयर, कहीं तो शुरू करना पड़ेगा। कब? जब बिल्कुल खत्म हो जाएंगे तब। 12% के रेट से कैंसर बढ़ रहा है। ऑटो इम्यून डिजीज आर बिकमिंग वेरी प्रीटी कॉमन। एवरी डिजीज इज बिकमिंग पैंडेमिक। आपने तो केवल कोरोना देखा ना, एवरी डिजीज इज बिकमिंग पैंडेमिक। ऑर्गेनिक खेती कब करेंगे अपने शरीर की, और ऑर्गेनिक हेल्थ कब लेके आएंगे? You'll have to start somewhere. Start working upon this body. आज के समय पे ये मानव शरीर, ह्यूमन बॉडी इज क्राइंग फॉर हेल्प। आपका शरीर ही नहीं है, ये ह्यूमैनिटी का बॉडी है। आप जो पैदा करते हैं वो इसी से तो निकलता। सो प्लीज, यू आर ऑल वाइज पीपल, आप लोग बहुत समझदार लोग। एंड बीइंग एन इंडियन, यू आर इवन इंटेलिजेंट। केवल इंडियंस इंटेलिजेंट होते हैं, आपको मालूम है इस बात का? सो कम आउट ऑफ योर स्लेव एटीट्यूड एंड माइंड। आप लोग समझदार लोग हैं, अपनी बुद्धि का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं। एंड लेट्स क्रिएट अ हेल्दी वर्ल्ड। नेक्स्ट।
Chitra Garg ma'am writes, can it solve several joint pain issues like pain in sacroiliac joint due to inflammation, pain in knee due to degeneration?
How can you take care of inflammation? I got the point. How can you take care of inflammation? क्या आपकी दवाइयां इन्फ्लेमेशन कम करती हैं? Give me one medicine which reduces inflammation. Every medicine increases inflammation. आपका डाइजेशन ठीक नहीं होगा तो बॉडी में इन्फ्लेमेशन आ जाएगा। डू यू नो दिस? आपका लिवर ठीक नहीं होगा तो बॉडी में इन्फ्लेमेशन आ जाएगा। द मोमेंट यू